welcome. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time once again, and one and all. I'm so glad you guys dropped by. Here's Hambbage, and we're about to play some more hardcore vanilla Minecraft. Let's go ahead and get this title screen out of the way. Yeah, that's not English. Not even certain. French, I would say, but no confidence. No confidence there. So we'll just watch this screen load up and kind of recount a little bit where we've gotten to. Last couple episodes, we've been real busy. We did quite a bit of work around getting our tools and our equipment all uh, cleaned up after having returned from the mesa with lots and lots of sandstone and terracotta and repaired, or at least partially improved, our stairway here so it wasn't quite so hideous and unfinished. And made all our improvements to a much larger basement. Now we still have some decisions to make on our ceiling, what we eventually want to do there. Hear our seed maker going. Oh, we are gonna be long on bone meal in a bit. But as promised, we are off on adventure, and I'm excited. I want to get things going once again, and we should have a good opportunity to do just that. Um, to do so, though, I think we're going to stop off and tidy up our gear and do just another quick little batch of creeper clearing. And then we're going to come right back here into the nether. And that's going to be the bulk of our next episode or two. We're going to go for some surface level um, nether explorations and see what we can find out there. If there's any fun to be had. One thing we should maybe think about doing is switching these up, getting the hoe back to full strength. There we go. So we can put it up. Gotta get it into the old inventory there. Next up, we'll do the shovel. One other thing that we should check just occurs to me here. Potions. Oh, we should maybe even, on our way back, set up that second box. Oh, we do have some fire res. Okay, I just wanted to grab like one, have with me in case we find ourselves deep into some lava and need to work our way out. That's a handy thing to have in our possession. Oh, I forgot we were gonna go trade. I totally forgot we'd gone farming. It's I don't hope no one was too surprised. For a weekday, I did a bunch of playing. I'd done one episode very early yesterday, and that was the other episode here where we were repairing tools and getting everything ready to go. I think the modified version here is going to be we'll get the axe and the shovel all cleaned up and then go trust the trading to get our supplies caught up for the pick. Um, these were done? No. Those are the smooth sandstone. These are done, but still cooking. And the box was empty, right? We were just, yeah, so we were close. Sorry, it's a little tough to keep track of all these various ovens and things, what you've got in them. Alright, but that should be enough creepers. There we go. just switch that out for now. Gather what little bit there is here, and that's plenty. So let's go back. And congratulations for those who haven't been with us for a super long time. Can't remember exactly when the last visit was, but we're going to go to the lodge and check in on our friendly neighborhood villagers. And as I'd alluded, I love what we got set up here. Maybe not quite so much this little corner, but this is our lodge, not at its most spectacular in the middle of the night, perhaps, but I think a fun build nonetheless. And we'll just take a bit of time here while we're set up. Play with our gear a bit. Get things squared away. Oh, we should have some beef in here. I have a half stack to go. Just got to remember to keep that handy. All right, all set. Now we just gotta wait for morning, and they all have beds, so we'll just use our own. Plop down, and good old rise and shine. I guess while we're here, add to our bean. Oh, I need some beans. It's like it knew. There we go. Alright, now start with the potatoes. Pickaxes in hand. And now it's just a matter of finding the guys. Oh, been a while. I'm sure you guys were just desperate for some potatoes, right? Well, I'm glad I could oblige. All right, nobody push shove. There's lots of time for everybody. He's still done. Have any? Should be one more. I thought, well, maybe I only have 2 potato guys. Alright. Well, that bought us a little more inventory space, so let's go carrots. Now, in some senses, it may make the most logistical sense to have stacks of melons and pumpkins from the start. That way, if we have more than their overall capacity, they can be building up to reset while we're doing other trades. But we also want them to try to offer us the best price. So if they have pumpkins or carrots, by trading at either one, we're going to improve their mood, I guess, if you want to say it. associates with the gossip mechanic. I don't know quite what the, if it's mood or what the attribute is called, but they'll talk to one another after we've done a bunch of successful trades and want to trade more, which is great. So, okay, now we've got, go 3 of each. Let's do that. And I thought about, see, so he's already discounting on his potatoes. Okay, that's a lot there. Do that. Carrots. How's our pig doing? Oh, we're all done with our pig. I guess we'll swap here, just simplicity's sake. So yeah, we took care of our repairs. Now we're just stocking up those emeralds. And one thing I think we will do, you can see this guy has apples. We'll kind of do our full complement of trading and then see who's got the best apple price when we're all done. And get a few of those as well. We've restocked our gold, but I don't really care to... Why doesn't anybody want to give me good prices? You do. Can't. You guys should gossip more and talk about all the good trades. No? Okay. Fine. Alright. And once again, sorry, I'm just very out of practice at any of this. I don't know that any of these will be enough to trade, but we'll grab up what we have. Nope. 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 Good there. Almost done. Thanks for Brody for hanging in there with us. Alright, so he's got 4 apples. It doesn't look like even when we're on a discount, we get more apples per trade. And that's a little bit of a shame. But I've never, other than like early leveling up, I don't see any new trades. Never tried to buy apples. Let's do this. Okay, so we can just get a stack from them. And that's fine. That's all we really need. We were just rebuilding our gold supply a little bit, and we're short the apples now. And rather than having to go unnecessarily, not that it's a problem to go cut down trees, but instead of going and doing a bunch of running around for that. Now we'll leave some of our emeralds here, just in case we want to buy a trade at some point. We've got a stack and some change. We could always do some more trading too to get emeralds back. As you can see, we got a good supply there just out of cleaning the old inventory. So now, again in daylight here, this is our lodge, kind of a mountain, sunny side facing type lodge where a lot of times they'll be built into a slope facing the south so that when it is sunny out, the sun will come down and warm the building naturally. So they've got lots of open views all the way through, and lower roofs here at the northern edge back. And these are all our traits that we've marked and put onto signs. We have most everything we could want at pretty good prices. Again, we don't worry too much about getting the best deal. And in fact, our igloo traders, we've never really set up to do books because they're so far away. We'd have to travel a long way if we wanted to make any particular trade. And honestly, the books that we do need, we use pretty regularly. So all good there. So a little more housekeeping as we go. We want to now put these emeralds away for the most part, but also use a bit of our gold to restock our gold apples a little bit. We used quite a few in the raid. If you guys saw the raid episode, that was a nerve-wracking adventure, I'd say. And it was pretty much constant munching of golden apples as we went. All right, we're getting there. We're into that last stack. I think we need 34. 2 full stacks and then 34, I believe, is what you need for the for building up the beacons. So once we get our emerald set, we will hey, all right. So we just used a lot more of our gold, and that leads to our adventure today. We want to go and get a bunch of nether gold to restock our gold inventory. Loses a little bit of its clout when we no longer get the raw benefit, right? When up until 17, the last time that we were in the nether, it was very nice to go get gold in the nether because the ore just smelted directly into additional blocks. Do our last little bit of restock here. We want to top off this and put our spare apples away. We've got a full stack. We're not going to need a bed, but that's going to actually go in the tools. You'd think with all that time that I had to balance out the inventory, we would be ready to go, but okay. 1 fire potion in case of emergency. Our bow's in good shape. Our armor is in good shape. We don't have wings on. We got a totem in our hand. We're ready. Let's go. Bye-bye, doggies. Salty, Savory, and Sprout, you guys are in charge. Make sure Guava and S'more don't tear the place apart. Especially after, I always do that. Always jump. Especially after we just did all these improvements. Got it looking all nice. I want to come home and find the animals, the cats tore up the couch upholstery. The dogs, well, dogs were doing their thing. So I think the only other piece we really want to worry about or consider much excuse me, is our what I think is our last remaining. Oh, so out of practice. Our last remaining advancement in the nether here, and I want to check that. That's why I kind of broke off, because I have no idea, really. Okay, so here we are in the nether. Oh, and a couple of these. This is the one I was thinking of. At some point, we want to get ready to do this. I think we're kind of at that point. Would be a fun side project to work on while we're doing the tower build and some of the other base improvements we talked about. One second. Excuse me. Talk about that in a second. The other is that the other, I don't know. Oh, the other advancements, maybe. We still haven't ridden the Strider on the warp fungus on a stick. We can set that one up. Kind of just it also equivalates to the equivalates. It's equivalent to the old riding a pig advancement that got changed. And Furious Cocktail, that one's, I don't think of that so much as the Nether, except that you need the Blaze Rod to do and the Warp Fungus to do the brewing. But we're close. That has a big turtle element to it, which I haven't really openly talked about too much, but that's been the reason I've been holding off. In order to brew all the potions, you need to make Potion of the Turtle Master, which requires a turtle drop. And he burned up. I didn't thought they were kind of immune. Anyway, to get those, I want to make a turtle sanctuary of a kind. The turtles are fairly easy to breed, but their eggs are actually a good item for working with zombies, because zombies are aggressive to them. They want to break the turtle eggs. And for that reason, if you're trying to breed turtles, it's good to have them in an enclosed area. The other thing with turtles is that they will just take off once they've grown up, or even before, I guess. They will just go on their merry way. And so I like to make kind of a natural, not a cruel space, but a large natural feeling home for turtles, and then breed a whole colony of them together where they can luxuriate. But that takes some building and some time. It's fun. I like making those, but it does take a little bit of time, and our building has primarily been for stuff like our base and other things that we're using to gather resources. To this point, the turtle stuff is not super useful. The potion that you can brew and the one piece of gear, to me, don't seem all that important. I'd rather have the gear I have on right now, so doesn't get a early game priority or focus from me too much. I know for a time there we'd been putting up nether rack on the sides, but I think we kind of want to get away from that. They are just going to end up being replaced anyway, and I don't know that maybe up in the lava magma cube area it's more important, where they can, so when it goes bad, it should have never stopped, but they were kind of, I think this is cleanup from the last time. That's part of the running past challenge, is if you don't clean them up, they're just waiting for you the next time. See, now he may go off to the side before we ever get there and before he sees us. And if we do that, then it won't get back in time. That's the best possible outcome. Another one dropping there. And again, we've spent a lot of time back and forth across here, so these aren't new thoughts or ideas really. Um, but it is really nice to have the 3 wide path that will let us dodge a little bit better. And even when they come along and give us a good smack, not my favorite part of the game, that's for sure. Oh, and so out of practice with it. Just try to keep narrowing these holes where we can. Yeah, this is not as advertised, unfortunately, I know, but in heading out in this direction, we want to just keep picking away at this. So, a little apology for getting slowed down here, but if we can just make some progress, none of it has to be complete. But particularly in this area with these stupid lava slimes, you know, it's just a single wide trail and they come on you, you're getting knocked into lava multiple times. I hear him somewhere. Oh man, I said I was going to talk more about that too. So we have arrived in what apparently is the new state of Colorado summer, being wildflowers. And yesterday, the smoke kind of came down, and we've got hazy skies today. Last night, I hadn't particularly noticed it yesterday. It was warm, so it just felt more summery. But I don't know if last night was a full moon specifically, but it's close. It's right there within a day either side of it. And last night that full moon was orange. Are you? No, not gonna play with you. So that's why we just try to keep picking away at this. We've got such a long haul through so much of this stuff that anytime we can get another little section completed, it really helps keep us in good stead. And I don't think this is particularly efficient either, but again, every little bit we can kind of knock out along the way. It's good progress. And so what are we looking for when we get out here? And oh, by the way, this is our same path out to our 117 chunks. And kind of like to get us, it doesn't particularly matter that it's right there, but in that vicinity, so that we have a portal back, or a portal to the overworld around it, and can kind of look around and check the lay of the land, see what all we've got around us here, just at the proximity of another landmark, right? If we want to then, do some more advanced building along the way some point out here, we've already built in a place, and having already done some explorations out around our own base and being on a otherwise inaccessible sea of lava, we kind of got to take what we can get. So here's where we're at, and I think we'll sort inventory once we need to, rather than just doing it to start. We don't have that much stuff as a result of our walk. And we're just going to kind of go cruising here, see how regularly the ghasts and such want to give us a hard time. And if they do, we'll try to grab their tiers, because we do need ghast tiers in a pretty big way as well. We need to get a dragon in the sights of our spyglass. That's one that we missed in the midst of me, once again, having a recording oops, where I left a slide up. That seems a bit too preordained. Too good to be true. So to this point, we haven't gone too far. There's obviously our torch down, and the path is still somewhat visible, which is good. I thought I'd seen something around that corner, but clearly not. Oh. Just not sharp anymore. My nether skills are severely rusty. Should have just dropped that block and been on our way. But, oh well. No real harm done. So one of the things that I'm looking for, obviously we're looking for golden quartz primarily as like a gathering mission, but exploration wise, I'm really looking for a nice direct means to get up towards the ceiling, and somewhere where we've got a substantial amount of blocks up high, where kind of a solid landmass exists, and we can get to it and do more carving out than building up would be pretty nice and ideal. So still up and above our pathway there. Anything? I guess I should have looked back this way. It's a big old lava fall. Definitely was trying to bait me into shooting into that pigman's head. Now, that fell. Oh. Looks. Oh, is that just XP? Yeah, I thought that was a tear. Any tears? Anybody see a little tear fall around here? Wet salty. Kind of pathetic, really, but... Well, without really knowing... I don't see great stairways up. Do like the old style nether where it kind of makes these vertical mazes where you can see all the way to where you want to go. You know, our path is somewhere just down there, but getting to and from can be a bit of a puzzle to solve. And I think a lot of folks, myself included, particularly when I was kind of first getting used to and then back to used to venturing into the nether, I would come with just scores of torches and leave them all over the place. And in doing so, I'd actually usually get more lost because the torches would ultimately make like loops and circles, right? You know, you'd see a torch out in the distance on some big bank and you'd be like, oh, that's the way I gotta go. And then as you started trying to follow it back to wherever you were trying to get to, you would get lost again and be even worse off than you were when you started. We have two things going for us in this particular adventure that we don't have when you maybe first come into the nether, and they're things I would always recommend bringing along regardless, but have a flint and steel and have some obsidian, and we should have both of those in our yellow supplies kits, our tools and our consumables. So I just want to pull up, see we're at 101, and let's just take a quick gander up. I want to show you guys as well as I can because it gets a lot of talk, and for folks that, you know, maybe are playing hardcore and haven't gotten that far, or for whatever reason, there's a lot of talk about the top of the nether, and you might, you know, like, what's the whole point? Why does everybody always talk about this, breaking the top of the nether? And it raises passions amongst teens and young children everywhere that, well, you can't, you're the worst person ever because you did, or no, you can't do anything. So there is a big discrepancy based on this. This is bedrock, just like what we would see at level 0 in the overworld, and up to level 5, right? It starts varied, kind of like the opposite here. Some blocks are higher, some are lower, but it will work its way down to a height of this, I believe, and kind of continue from there. So this gets us up to our point, and maybe we'll kind of start toying with this. Oh no, we're one too high. Okay, you do whatever you need to do, but I need to make some space so you are not in my face, literally. Yeah, literally in my face. Now, you get a pretty good buffer at some of these points. Man, I keep having this tickle. It doesn't help. I totally did myself an injustice, and I talked about it. It's kind of ironic. I talked yesterday about how, yeah, I really try to limit the carbs and all this kind of stuff. Well, I had a little pack of pretzels that I'd gotten from somewhere, and today I was like, man, I want a little snack. And side note there, for the second time in, I don't know, a few weeks, I woke up again with the same leg cramping this morning, and it was awful. I woke up in a dream. I don't know if my body knew or what, but I distinctly had this dream, and it may have been a sound from outside or whatever, but it sounded like a knock at my door. What did he... Dude. Did you guys scare him off? That's horrible. So I had this dream that I heard somebody knocking at my door, and some of you guys know, I have a package coming from Amazon. I don't know that it was playing into mind or not, but being in an apartment, it's not like, and I know decks are no security for packages and things. People definitely have a few of those disappear from time to time. But here in the apartments, it's one of those you're basically just, unless instructed otherwise, or unless it's something where they have to have a signature for it, whatever that might be, they'll just leave stuff kind of outside your door, and it's in a breezeway. There's, three other apartments on my level on the same side, and another 6 above me that all have people walking right past my door, either to go up the stairs or on back to the other 2 apartments. So lots of foot traffic by there, and you don't really want to leave stuff. Well, I woke up from this dream, right? And I don't know if it was something just outside that thumped and made me think it or what, but I woke up with this impression that I heard a knock. And I was like, oh, I gotta get to the door, and I just sleep in a pair of shorts. So I'm like, I gotta get a shirt on, and I'm like thinking this as I'm rolling out of bed, trying to go as quickly as possible, thinking, oh man, they may make me sign for this thing. I don't think so, but I don't want to have, everybody's had that package where it's like something minor, but it ends up being this huge ordeal because they require a signature, and it's like, okay, well, we'll try back again the next day, and then, you're never around or whatever. And I was just, since I haven't had a ton of package deliveries here over the last few years, I guess, man, I don't know if this all came in the moments after dream sleep. Maybe I am a little more concerned about it than I thought, but whatever the case, I tried to hop out of bed, and immediately, trying to go from flat out sleep to standing and chasing to the door. My leg is just like, nope, no, we're not doing this. Got another of these stupid cramps. So I'd had this little snack bag of pretzels, and like I said, not something I tend to do a lot of eating of. But, also the reason why you tend to get leg cramps is that you've been too dehydrated. And I certainly try to stay hydrated. I definitely have a few glasses of water a day, but yesterday I haven't been out doing errands and stuff like that. Maybe I didn't get as much. I don't know. And the other part is we've had these fires starting to spring up all over Colorado. And last night the air was super, super smoky, making the moon turn orange. So I don't know what the combination, or if it's just the heat. It's been back up in the 90s the last couple of days. That might be a part of it too. Whatever the case, I don't like cramps, and I didn't want to have it. So I was like, oh, well, I want to be extra thirsty. That sounds like a good reason to have some pretzels. And the old Seinfeld bit. These pretzels are making me thirsty. You have a little bit of a salty snack, and you'll go, well, I don't know. It's either the air outside or the pretzel crumbs, but something through this episode, you guys have heard it. I've had like 4 different coughs in the middle of it. Speaking of which, we are at 45 minutes. I don't even know if this is gonna work. I keep thinking that's my mark too. So we would want to be down to here. Still a long way down. And this is perilous because I want to just go super speedy, right? But a fall could be, again, just like in the end, fall could be fatal. And even with the totem up here, if you fall all that way and then land in lava, the lava will get you. Or if you happen to land next to a magma cube or something, the totem may save you from the initial damage, but there may be a new threat that takes you out despite your best efforts. Now, I should really be doing a better job of this. How far do we think we've gotten? Okay, so here's our stairs. And this is at 159. That's actually kind of handy if we can make this work. Oh, don't you dare push me off that. Here I am just trying to have a good think. Jerk face. Trying to think about spawning here without dealing with anything. So the challenge here is going to be these fellows and anything else below them. If we look at our entities, 38 of 260. Stop it, man! Ha. I like that. Would the spawn rate up here... Oh, hey! Oh, I thought he was the... I thought somehow the guy had pushed off the edge and returned, swore vengeance at me. Fortunately not. So... I think it's maybe worth a try up here. We used to get pretty good results before the Nether update, before we had all the other biomes. Okay, so where were we? 159. We want to go to 121? 131? No, 31. 31. Sheesh. almost everything we've got is netherrack. Oh, I'm going the wrong... Am I seriously going the wrong way? Not that it matters. This whole situation is trying to build around that. Okay, so if I was at 159, what would we say, 31? How did I not notice at any point that we were increasing instead of decreasing, even despite having this beautiful screen up in front of everybody? Yeah, you know, I'm not feeling it. What we want is enough top floor area where we have 128 blocks, probably 160 to 180 blocks of uninterrupted ceiling where you don't have these gaps. But I'm kind of beginning to think that this whole area isn't well suited to that. Not to mention that we have the additional spawn challenges here. Now, we don't need that. Oh, give me the quartz. Give me the quartz. My feeling is that ghast will spawn anywhere. But your pigmen and some of those will not spawn as regularly up in like a basalt deltas or a soul sand valley. Oh no. You guys see the problem that we have here? What a disaster. Now how do I get back? Oh, this is just awful. Was this the home direction? Oh, I've done everything wrong. Is that the huge lava fall? I don't trust that it is. We got up here somehow. Not gonna just panic. Gonna keep grabbing a few things on the way, but we gotta find our way back now. We've just wasted all this time. Clearly this is just a further sign that we were on the wrong track. Oh. And this was not our spot to set up ghast farming. And we got these guys. Now I can't even find the spot where we went up. Where did we come down from? Here? Okay. Then when we were looking around, I think it must have been back this way. If I can just see some of that crimson forest. Okay, there's the crimson forest. That's a good sign. As long as that's the right crimson forest, we'll be all right. Sure hope it's the right Crimson Forest. Any vines around here, trees? Aha! So hopefully you guys have been able to see enough to catch what the terrible, terrible mistake was I made. For those of you who aren't sure what I'm talking about, the mistake is at some point I placed down my ender chest and I didn't bring it back or pick it back up. So we are running around without access to any of the supplies we have in our shulker boxes. That's not exactly a good thing. We'd kind of like to have those. So rather than focusing on all the cool gathering fun that we had planned on, we're now just trying to make it back, and I can't even get like a pearl to throw my way down safely from the heights, which is always a nice option when you're up here because those are securely stored away in my chest. Will this get us down? Yep. What, this is gonna go down as a great fiasco of... Oh, hey. Man, those swords hit hard. Okay. Yeah. Big old goof. Unfortunately as well, I think this is the way we want to go. I think we want to take the long run, and I'm going to hold out in this episode, I believe. We're close to the end time. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I can't even make my keyboard fingers do what they're supposed to. Yeah, we're just going to try to get a fresh start on this the next time. We got to do some cool stuff in this episode, though. As embarrassing as it is to do something as stupid as forgetting your ender chest, it is cool to have gotten to go trade with our villagers again, see them. We made a little bit more improvement on this path. We got a whole bunch more golden apples, which is, excuse me, always nice. So lots of good things to hang our hat on. Unfortunately, we just completely goofed the start of our nether expedition. And so, like, I don't know, this may be the biome that we want to use for our ghast. It has the magma lava slimes, whatever they are, which are certainly annoying. And it would probably have more pockets of lava. Well, I don't know if that's just a conception or not when you get up high. But we would be carving out in an otherwise less populated biome at those upper levels. And I may do some offline checking on this stuff too, because I'm not entirely certain of the spawn mechanics anymore. It's been a long time since I've looked into it, but I want to say that there's some height factors as well as the biomes, and which biomes have the highest spawn rates. I think that there's something that works out pretty well for ghasts when you're up near the top, and I can't remember. I know, unless it changed a lot, I know I certainly have had luck in the traditional biome in the past. The real trick there is just getting a solid enough top part where you're not filling in everything. Most of it is excavating. Although even that, if we were prepared and really working for it, wouldn't be the worst thing. Anything? Just an XP bauble. I'll let you. Drop it. Drop it. It's like talking to a dog with a sock in its mouth. Drop that. Drop it. So yeah, just enough extra lateral room here that we can kind of move and bounce side to side a little bit, and hopefully not get too slowed down by the magma guys here. One day recently, I can't remember if it was this morning or one of the past days this week. I was watching the John Bam stream in the morning, part of it anyway, and like any good veteran streamer, he knows he can throw up some topics that have been hashed out endlessly in the past and he'll get reactions and all that kind of stuff. So one of the things he was talking about was or kind of asking people, so what's the worst mob that's in Minecraft? And there's lots of phantoms and this and that. And then finally I was happy to see somebody said lava cube or magma cube or whatever they said. And I was like, man, you got it there. I think phantoms are can be a diversion, but I don't find them that much of a problem. The only real thing with the phantoms is that they kind of have that, if you get to the point where there's like 4 of them spawning at a time, they hit you in that rapid succession. It's a little bit like the problem I was having with the Vexes in that raid, that you can't ever get your aim established on whatever else you're trying to clear out, because they just bop, 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 keep hitting you and shifting you just enough to knock you off focus. So I can see why people get frustrated with the phantoms. And at the time, I thought it was this, oh, they're just making you sleep. It's so dumb. And as you guys have probably noticed, if I'm working around the base or something like that, I will sleep pretty regularly. Not out of fear or anything like that, but just to keep from having creepers destroying my creative works. If I'm out in the field though, or particularly up in the up in the Nether, if that even applies, or down in the mines or something like that, yeah, I'll go for days. And it kind of felt like a bit of nanny nuisance when it was starting. I'm gonna have a sip here. But I've really acclimated, and I like some of the mechanics that incentivize you not sleeping for a number of days. That thunderstorms and some of those kind of things increase as does the likelihood of seeing the mobs. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Well, this was fun, and to be continued. Don't worry, we're not calling that. Oh, hey, well, I told you guys we were going to go to the Nether, and we did, and now it's done. No, that was a bad taste in the mouth, Nether. We don't want to leave it off with that. We're gonna try to do a little better for ourselves, and we did manage to get some quartz here. Now, what we really need to do Is it just chests and like 2 ender eyes? It's been so. No, it's an ender eye and obsidian, right? No chests? Oh, we'll grab chest just in case, but let's grab some obsidian. Yeah, it's time to quit monkeying around. We got plenty of resources here. And maybe we'll go out this time to the Wither Skelly farm and see what else is out in that area. That would give us our boat, make us faster transit time, right? And not have to walk quite as far. Give us more reason to use our nether highway that we spent so much time building. Okay, do we have eyes sitting around here anywhere to start with? We do. What goes into our ender chest? That's what I thought. So let's just make all those. What? There. 5 of them. That should be pretty sufficient. But I think we should. Huh. Well, should we keep more? I don't know why we would need more eyes, right? Put those together. Might as well cook these. That's what we came up here for in the first place. Store these back here. Now that we've got those, good to have. Let's go put this extra obsidian away. Well, see, for those of you guys who endured, and I know not many did because I left a title slide up through the whole screen, but in the episode where we mainly just took down an obsidian tower and then fought the dragon, we it feels like work. That's a chore even in this game that is just a chore. But yeah, got it done. All right, we're gonna go ahead and save there. Extra things, except for extra ender chests, which we really needed and didn't have. So we got up to 1 hour and 8 minutes here. Sorry about the return trip there, kind of wandering, but that's part of the fun of the game, right? And how many times in real life do you do that old palm to forehead slap and go, oh, I totally meant to, grocery store for me, either the reusable bags that we all have and should use every time we go grocery shopping. So many times I forget those, or the list. And that's a little better now. If I know I'm going, I'll try to transfer whatever running items I have on a list onto my phone. But I keep like a little just jotted down list. I'm out of dishwasher detergent or something like that. Jot those down, keep it on the fridge, and then when I'm planning to go to the store, I'll grab those items, and it just helps to keep things in order. But how many times you get to the store and just I forgot? Well, the ender chest, perfect example of that. If you don't have it with you, then you are cut off from all your goodies, and we were today. So apologies, but thank you guys for tuning in anyway. We'll take the oopses along with the wins when we get them, and it's much more fun to be doing it with all of you guys following along. So I hope you enjoyed this one, despite despite all that happened. Next time let's go use that ice highway and go check in on our Wither Skelly farm. We'll get some more a few more blaze rods just to restock those a bit, and then maybe go into the heights of that basalt delta somewhere by our station and think about making that into a ghast farming area. We'll see. We would want to do it right above the farm, obviously, because that's going to have a concentration of mobs, but somewhere out there would work out pretty well. So, yeah, let's keep that in mind. Maybe bump that up on the list here. I'm not trying to put off the tower, but there's just so many fun things to do. as we go along. Anyway, I've talked too long. Let's take a break. You and I together. My videos will be here when you come back. This next one should be following on the heels of this one shortly. So enjoy them, and we'll see you back here. Do like, comment, let me know what important items you've forgotten, or when you've gotten somewhere in Minecraft and gone, oh, totally needed that. Or do you have a real life story that's kind of funny? I'm sure I've got plenty of them, just not thinking of them at the time. Drop a comment. Let me know. We'll talk about them more in the next episode. Until then, though, take care of yourselves. Do take those breaks. Take care of one another and stay awesome. We'll see you.